Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, hasn't it? I'm pretty slapdash nowadays, so busy during term time, I'm afraid. But I have got a couple of things lined up for the summer. But in the meantime, something to tide you over. I thought I'd do a little countdown video. Now, ever since my first straight line mission in October 2021, I have made many mistakes. And here is a ranking list of what I think the worst ones were. Now, of course, please do write in the comments if you think I was wrong or if I've missed something. I probably have. And don't forget to like and subscribe my video. First of all, an honourable, or should I say dishonourable mention.
Also, you might wonder why I'm wearing these. It's because if I go through any sort of hedgerows or go over barbed wire fences, it's going to protect my eyes against any scratches and stuff or worse. So these are pretty useful.
So on my first Wales mission, I decided to bring along a pair of ski goggles to avoid getting my eyes poked out when traipsing through wooded areas. But as it turned out, I didn't actually pass through any woodland anyway.
I can not even see the cows. I reckon I might take these off because I'm just not seeing stuff quite as well.
And the darkening effect of the goggles meant I was snuck up on by some cows before deciding to ditch the goggles altogether. Number 10.
You weren't having kids, were you? Planning on it?
Ow.
No. You know, kids are overrated. Do you want a hand? Do you want a hand? This is the least graceful tutorial I've ever seen. Wait, hold on. Oh my god, you're ripping. Something just ripped there.
Oh dear.
Oh, that is not a how-to. That's a how not to.
If you want me to do any other activities, please do let me know.
Oh my gosh.
I got there.
Despite having pretty long limbs, I seemed to be incapable of straddling barbed wire fences on my second Wales mission without snagging my crown jewels in the process. I can only apologise to my future children, who will no doubt be severely maimed. Number 9.
My pack is just, I cannot physically carry it more than about 100 yards without having to put it down again. It's just killing my back.
If you re-watch Wales 1, you could get severely sozzled if you took a drink every time I complained about the weight of my backpack. At the time, I didn't properly appreciate how essential it was to stash supplies further down the line. Due to shocking planning and laziness, I skipped that step entirely and paid the penalty as a result.
I'm strangled by this GPS. Okay. No! Why stay there? Okay.
It's no wonder I was having huge trouble, even at the very first fence. Number 8.
One thing I haven't managed to do is find the start point yet. I've got my GPS working now, I hope, fingers crossed, but I've got to get there. And apparently it's about 900 metres away from where I've camped, which was not ideal.
Believe it or not, I actually hadn't worked out how to get to the start point of Wales 1 before I was dropped off in the middle of the night in the pitch black and entirely wrong location. I was still trying to program my GPS in the tent at night, which was ludicrous to say the least. Number 7.
Walking down the road, we're just about to cross over and ascend this very treacherous bank. I would say perhaps our most daring part of the mission already.
Having to adjust your straight line route the night before a mission isn't a welcome prospect, but an error in the planning stage of the Scotland mission caused by underestimating the steepness of the very first climb overlooking the coast meant that we had to move our line 25 metres north and deal with the consequences later. Number 6.
So I've got a problem that the line keeps on disappearing on my GPS, so I just don't know where I'm going. There's no line there, though. Those are the coordinates there, and they're not telling me where to go. So yeah, this is just a bit of a disaster so far. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do.
Before embarking on my first ever mission, I decided to keep costs as low as possible in case I never use my equipment again. This was the case for my GPS too, which turned out to be too basic for the kind of challenge I was undertaking, and I have since upgraded it. However, I should have at least read the instruction manual. Number 5.
Well, this is looking pretty bleak, guys. I've been waiting 3 hours in my tent, which is perched on some very, very boggy ground, starting to leak through, and Alistair's still trying to get up here on the way back from the car with supplies. I have to say, I'm a little bit worried.
The huge climb towards the end of the second day of Wales 2 took a lot out of Alistair and I, and it would have been wise to set up camp fairly quickly after we'd reached the top. Instead, I pushed on a further mile and got into difficulty when the light faded and I was forced to camp on very boggy terrain. Looking back, this was mainly what scuppered the Wales 2 attempt when things had been going so well up until that point. So that was a big shame. Number 4.
Well, I can't go through that and have to go around these sheep. Just hope I don't get attacked. Sheep don't attack, do they?
Well, this one's an all-time classic. I have to tell you, my reaction was genuine. I'd never approached a flock of sheep before, and I was genuinely confused what to do and how they would react to me. I also wanted to avoid attracting the attention of any farmers in the very first field. Number 3.
The problem is, though, that my food bag is also my food has exploded. Basically, I was stupid enough to get some pot noodles, and because my bag is just so heavy, literally I can barely pick it up. I've had to keep on throwing the bag over fences, like these barbed wire fences. I can't physically go over on my own. I have to throw them over, and it's taken me just about all my effort to get over them. And yeah, and I've messed it up.
I actually bought all of my food supplies for Wales 1 in a supermarket on the drive to Wales the day before the mission. Who knows what possessed me to purchase pot noodles as my main source of nourishment. An absolutely brainless move.
I've realised actually how stupid I am, because for this trip I packed a ton of cereal bars, all different sorts, and I think one of those there is a Brazil nut. Now that's all very well, except I'm allergic to Brazil nuts.
Moreover, I didn't learn my lesson for Scotland when I brought along some dubious cereal bars. I guess I'll let Alistair plan my food choices in future. Number 2.
The weather is pretty bad, isn't it? It's not great. It's like Zeus has conjured up this weather. It's just, wow.
Yeah.
Consistently the worst rain I think I've seen in my life.
The rain, I think it's more just the wind.
Yeah, wind, rain, just generally miserable.
Taking all my clothes out of my dry bag overnight in Scotland was just barking mad, and there's not a whole lot I can say about that, to be honest. Who knows what I was thinking. And finally, number 1.
We've made a decision. Cody and Ian are going to follow the river down there, which will take them eventually and hopefully round to the schoolhouse bothy. It's a long and circuitous route. I, by contrast, will be going the quickest way, in my opinion, which will be in a straight line. So effectively, Cody and Ian are abandoning the mission. I'm taking a slight risk, to put it mildly, going on my own across this.
Abandoning Ian and Cody in Scotland was without doubt the most selfish, dangerous and stupid decision I've ever had the misfortune of making on a straight line mission. I cannot emphasise enough how important it is to keep together as a group on these adventures, especially if one member of the team is particularly struggling. My foolish decision to continue the mission could have had very serious consequences, and we were lucky to all reach the bothy in one piece. I just had to put this at number 1 for obvious reasons.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? But hopefully you'll have some ideas yourself, and if you think that I've missed something, just let me know. Otherwise, see you soon, guys.